Whoa, got a little sideways there. What is going on? Oh my God, this is like the second Monday of the week. I don't know what day you're watching it, but today is a Tuesday, and it has been not a fun Tuesday. So we're going for a lunch ride today. I have no idea where the hell I'm going. We're just gonna go. So we're over 200 miles on the Pan America now. Still absolutely loving this bike. Finally broke it into sport mode for some fun. And man, it is throaty and just an awesome ride. So I'm going to take you on some back roads here in North Carolina. And yeah, we'll just see where we end up. So I purchased this Pan America back on October 31st from Tobacco Road Harley-Davidson in Raleigh, North Carolina. I have been wanting one of these things for almost a year now. I took a ride on my road glide out to Arizona back in February, and a couple of the guys that were with me rented a couple of these things and took them out for, you know, a spirited ride around Arizona. The day that I was getting in, and I didn't get to go ride with them, so kind of lost out on that. But the day that they were leaving, or the day before they were leaving, and my last day with them before I went off to work, they rented a couple Pan Americas, and we went for another little joyride. This time we went up with one of the part owners of Superstition Harley-Davidson, which I believe is Apache Junction. We took a little ride out to Tortilla Flats. It was a nice little mixture of road glides and Pan Americas, and what I'll call a monsoon, but probably wasn't. Just a really, really hard rain, soaked to the underwear in seconds, and then more riding mixed with I don't know, sunshine a little bit, maybe a little bit of heat, not really a lot. It was February, but we dried out super quick because of the low humidity out there. Anyway, they absolutely loved them, and couldn't stop talking about them. I started doing a whole bunch of research, watching a bunch of videos, and the more I watched, I've always been a little bit of a fan of the adventure style bike, but nothing against them. I'm not a fan of the BMW ones all that much. I know they're great bikes, just none of them really spoke to me. And then this one came along, and I love absolutely everything about it. From the Rev Max motor to the styling, to the fact that it is iconic Harley. You know, nothing makes me more fun than for an old FUD to say, that's not a real Harley. Yeah, well, you know what, dude? If you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all. But yeah, I'm absolutely loving this thing. Right now, the idea for this motorcycle is it's kind of a commuter. So I'm using this to get back and forth to the gym in the morning, even when it's in the 30s. I'm using it to run out to the store. If I need to commute into town for work or for whatever, this is the bike I'm probably going to jump on. Not that I wouldn't take the Road Glide, because the Road Glide's, you know, amazing. But the Road Glide's got over 20K on it in its first year. I need to let that thing, you know, pause a beat. Side note, my absolute favorite house, if I ever win the lottery, y'all, that house will become mine. I don't care what I have to pay them. Absolutely love that house. So anyway, This little hill is not going to look like a hill, but I used to ride like regular bicycles, road bikes, and coming up this hill I almost had a heart attack every single time. It's really not that steep when you're in a vehicle or on a bike, but when you're pedaling up it, this little area is a false flat, so you start losing all your momentum like up here. It sucks. So, let's see. We'll go right. I love how nimble this bike feels. You know, it's only 600 something pounds, but you can really throw it around, you know? And just taking turns a little bit more aggressively because of the lean angle, you're sitting up higher so you don't feel like you're going to be scraping anything. Just a little bit of a boost for confidence. So this is pretty much what this area looks like. You know, we got a lot of farmland around here. Old barns that have been converted to things. There's a few families that pretty much own the majority of this area. A lot of old rustic churches. This one up here has had some significant work recently. They just vinyl sided it, and that was weird. I just started getting a phone call and I could hear myself talking through the speakers in my helmet. So I am wearing a showy Neotech 2 helmet. This is being recorded on a GoPro Hero 12 Black with the media mod hooked up to a Rode lavalier mic or lapel mic. I'm not sure which one it's called, but that's pretty much my setup. And because this is a modular helmet, I couldn't really route the wiring in the best way, so low budget. Pretty much the mic is like blue painters taped inside the shell, so hopefully this all sounds right. The mic is pretty much right in front of my mouth, so it'd be fun when I listen to this and edit it later to see what I sound like. Hopefully it's not crap. Otherwise I'll just strip the audio off and make some little B-roll video out of this. But yeah, this vlog, I'm not expecting it to be anything amazing. You know, if some point down the road it makes me a little bit of money, honestly, I'm okay with that. If it buys me a cup of coffee or a tank of gas, cool, super. But really, I just kind of want to share my rides, where I'm riding to, the thoughts that pop into my head as they come, or as they go. That's why I might get quiet at times, because halfway through a thought I just decide it's not worth thinking about anymore. Some cool old barns over there, old lumber. But yeah, I just want to share this area because, you know, when you're not from an area, it looks so cool and so different. Watching videos of Arizona before I went out there, I was just infatuated with how everything was brown and dirt, and that's not what I'm used to. I mean, you can see, like, we've got pine trees freaking everywhere, right? Like, we're starting to get some color in. Got a lot of these 2-lane roads, not a lot of dirt roads. No BLM, Bureau of Land Management, none of that kind of stuff out here. So if you go off-road, you're relegated to going off-road either on someone's private property that is either not posted, which, like, I could go out there right now, it's not posted, no trespassing, but if I do, I'll probably be saying hey to the local sheriff's office, and considering I know those guys, I don't really want to do that. Or you've got to find National Forestry, land that you can hit. Like there's the Uwharrie National Forest. But yeah, that's pretty much your only options out here for getting off the road. Unless you happen to know of a few hidden gems. Like this one up here is a public road that cuts through private land and happens to be gravel. So here we go. It's the Pan Am's first trip down gravel. All right, yeah, it feels a little loose, which that's fine. I take this in my car at Mock Jesus. Of course, it's an all-wheel drive car, so you know there's that. But yeah. Oh, there must be something dead. They're circling. They're hunting. Hopefully it's not me. I showered this morning. Yeah, 30 miles on a 30 miles an hour gravel road back there. And like this is kind of washed out, but back there was loose gravel. We haven't had a good solid rain here in at least a week. Not really kicking up too much dust behind me, but still, this is still pretty, it definitely feels loose. Like, I don't really want to do a whole lot of left-right weaving because I can feel that back end kicking out. But even standing up, like, this feels perfectly fine. So I do know what's back there. So first time on gravel, I'm not going to be stupid and try to do a tight U-turn. Drop this damn thing on camera, which that would be cool for, you know, a later video, but probably not my first one. TwoWheelTrigger drops brand new Pan Am tonight at 6. So I've been up here before in my car just to take some kind of cool pictures. Let's see. Kind of the first time I'm going off-road. Nice. Feels nice and solid, honestly. I'm sure a mixture of that is the type of tire. You know, we got some knobbies on here. Suspension doing its job. Definitely feels cool. Alright, so we'll come up here. Ugh. Yeah, we're not turning her around right here. Yeah, screw it. We'll just go through this little dead part of the field. Whoa, got a little sideways there. Nice. Yeah, I can definitely see the benefit of being able to stand up. You know, like from up here, I can tell the path in front of me. You know, I'm not seeing any big holes. Anything crazy like that I got to worry about hitting. So if you're watching this, and I have no doubt that nobody is going to be watching this probably for a very long time, because let's be realistic, I'm a nobody right now. But if you are, how about, you know, comment down below. Tell me what you ride. If you don't ride, you know, tell me what you'd like to ride. If you don't want to ride, tell me why you're watching motorcycle videos. Just throw a comment down. It'll help me. I'll kind of learn something about who's watching the video. Maybe give it a like if you think I did, you know, halfway decent for a first video. I'd certainly appreciate it, given the amount of money that I've invested just to be able to record this and talk at the same time. And let's switch back. We'll go to road mode to start with. You know, if you're invested and you want to see if I ever drop this thing, hit that subscribe button. It'll make my day to see every single subscribe that pops along. Yeah, let's go back to sport mode. Nice, so we're getting more housing, because that's what we need. Let's bomb over here to the right. I am definitely 111 billion% positive I'm going down there one day. Y'all do what you want, but I'm going to the back of that field to see what everything looks like. So overall, the Pan Am, you know, I don't have a lot of mileage on here, so I'm not going to act like I can really give you the, you know, in-depth, educated reaction to how this vehicle operates. But what I can say is I have a lot of time with my ass in a seat of a motorcycle. I have a lot of time and a lot of miles behind the bars. I instruct people how to ride. And I will tell you that my experience with various motorcycles and with riding, this bike is giving me everything I would want. Ooh, that looks like a fun road. This bike is giving me everything I would want in a motorcycle. It's comfortable. You know, it's versatile. There's storage. It handles fantastic. There's power. There's features. There's electronics, right? Is it for everybody? No, absolutely not. Who is it for or who is it not for? I couldn't really tell you that yet. You know, if you're the type that wants to go on extremely long rides, can you do it on a Pan Am? I think you can. Are there other options that may be better for you individually? Most likely. There's always another option out there. You know, if you want to be the fastest guy around the track, there's other options. However, they race these, so keep that in mind. You know, you've got a motorcycle here that is both adventure touring, and when you take all of the panniers and the top case off, you have a motorcycle that's essentially a comfortable sport bike. It's a good little situation to be in. We'll go straight. Now, I do not have the quick shifter on here, but that is definitely on the way. I do have some tank protectors coming for the side, and I do have the pad for the top case, so that if my son wants to ride on here with me, or my daughter, or I doubt I'll get my wife to ride on here, but I've gotten her on the Road Glide a couple times. But yeah, if they decide they want to ride with me, it'll be a little more comfortable on here. This is the motorcycle I'm going to be taking when I go out and do my teaching. It'll be stocked with all the things that I carry when I'm a teacher, as well as, you know, first aid, classroom supplies, my computer, so that I can overcome any obstacles of the college's IT department, you know, my lunch, because, you know, sometimes we power through lunch as coaches. The students get a good break, but as coaches, we really put in the extra effort to make sure we're maximizing our students' time and make sure they're having fun. But that's pretty much what this bike's going to do. The other thing is, you know, we are approaching the middle or end of fall. As soon as you wake up, if you blink too many times, the sun is already going down. So it will be dark by 5 p.m. tonight. Most of our classes, you know, we're starting at 5:30 on a Friday if it's a Harley-Davidson Riding Academy. So I already know I'm going to be in the dark. So next weekend when I teach, this is the bike I'll be riding. The Road Glide has the Baja LP6s, and they're fantastic. They're amazing. Baja puts out a fantastic product. They are bright as crap, and they are not affordable at all. I will tell you, I still have a little bit of financial sting from making that purchase. That was a late night pizza and beer night where I just said, you know what, screw it. If I don't order them now, I'm never going to order them. So I clicked buy now. They came. I was excited. I got them on the bike, and then I realized how much I spent, and I was like, at least they look cool. And I get a lot of comments. People always come up to me. They're like, hey man, you got the Bajas. Those lights are awesome. How bright are they? And then I turn them on and they close their eyes and regret looking at them. But they're so bright, it's very difficult to ride that bike at night and it be safe. Unfortunately, I've had a lot of cars and a lot of tractor trailers think that I am just trying to be an a-hole, and so they will engage in road rage type incidents. And so I do not ride that bike if I'm going to be out after dark currently. I know that Baja just came out with the DOT approved LP6s. Ooh, had to brake there quick because a squirrel was jumping out in front of me. So they've come out with the DOT approved version. It's not as bright. They don't look as cool. We'll see what happens. That just came out last week at SEMA. I'm investigating some other options. You know, maybe I go black vinyl on part of the top to kind of limit the spread of light. I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure out what we're going to do with them. They're not coming off, I'll tell you that much. Although, if I did take them off, I could put them on this, on the sides. Invasive thought of the day. Fun fact, all-star trash collecting dump bin guy, I don't know. Friend of mine, see him every day at the gym, ride with him. He rides a Harley as well. Good solid dude, good business. But yeah, the bike is saying it's about 66 degrees right now. It feels amazing out here. Being stuck inside all day yesterday and really not even seeing the sun. Just getting out for a short ride right now. Definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. My mental health needed a break. So when you're doing these moto vlogs, question, what's the protocol when your nose starts to itch? Alright, I don't know if that's the protocol, but I scratched my nose and I rear-ended second gear there for a minute, but that's okay. It's a big old tree. Some bamboo, in case anybody wants to make a fishing rod or a boat or feed a panda bear. I don't know, do panda bears eat bamboo? I think they do. I don't know. So if you didn't comment earlier in the comments down below, comment now. What do you think this is? Tell me if you know. I'll give you a hint. It's either tobacco, soybeans, there's more, peanuts, could be cotton. That's another crop we have out here. Well, let me know what you think it is. I promise you it is one of the things I mentioned. Or if you're sarcastic and you have an amazing sarcastic response like, I think it's a crop, I think it's a plant, comment that too. I like that kind of stuff. I forget how much land is out here until the leaves start falling. Like, you used to not be able to see as far back that way as you can now. It's an old barn. Flip back into road mode so that I don't get crazy up here. It drops from 55 to 45 to 35, comes into town. We have a lot of law enforcement that live up here, and I don't want to give them something to do on this beautiful Tuesday. So we'll let our speed drop now that we're in the 35. Cool old building, little old shed. Here's another one. Another one that's already fallen over back there in the woods. They're harvesting right there. So this is the same crop that I pointed out earlier. That might be a clue for you now that it's been, you know, it hasn't been harvested, but it's in the process of being harvested, I guess you could say. Alright, just felt the tail end of the Pan America drop down. We've got the adaptive ride height feature on this particular motorcycle here. The dealership I bought this from does not order them without. And I heard that you cannot get the Pan America Standard, the non-special version. I heard you cannot get the standard here in the United States. I don't know if that's true, but that's just what I heard. So if you happen to know, throw it in the comments. And if you know why, that'd be cool too. Alright, school gets out probably in an hour, so people are already lining up, because that's what we do. We're too impatient to sit in line, so we'll get there an hour early and wait to be first in line. I don't get it, folks. Well, my lunch break's about over, so I'm going to be heading home here. I appreciate you guys riding with me today, letting me just, you know, get whatever invasive thoughts happen to pop into my head, get them out. You know, the channel name, TwoWheelTrigger. This is going to be all two wheels. My road name is Trigger, because if you do not know, which you don't yet, I am a big Second Amendment advocate. I take my kids shooting with me all the time. and just enjoy the freedoms that we have in this amazing country. So TwoWheelTrigger is my name. This is my therapy. This is how I clear my head and get the funk of a bad day off. And I appreciate you guys coming for a ride with me. Alright guys, if you ride, keep the rubber on the road. And we'll see you next time.